National Chief, thanks so much for being with us here. It's been a busy year. Your first as National Chief. Child welfare, of course, dominating much of that. A Chiefs Committee has been struck. Can you tell us where things stand with all of that?
Well, certainly. Look, we're having an executive meeting later on this afternoon, and I know that the Chiefs in Assembly had passed a resolution to create a Children's Chiefs Commission, and we certainly look forward to working with the Commission and helping them as much as we can. I mean, as National Chief, I think, my job, of course, was to get a draft, and we had done that of $47.8 billion, and that should be the floor. I don't think First Nations deserve anything less than $47.8 billion, and we lift up this new commission to go and push for more and to get more money and more, more policies changed, and we support them.
Separate from that, of course, is Jordan's Principle. The AMC having a big meeting here yesterday. More than 100,000 claims backlog nationally, according to Indigenous Services. What has gone wrong with Jordan's Principle, and how can that be resolved?
Look, I think Canada has to fix that, right? And I know that we were at the tribunal actually just moments ago before being in here, and I know that the tribunal, AFN was at the tribunal this week, as well as other parties on Jordan's Principle, and I know that they have to come up, Canada has to come up with a plan by January 17th, 2025, and look, we'll be there to try our best to push that along and to make sure that Canada is making the investments that they need to make.
It's been a busy first year in office, no doubt for you. It also looks like we could be in for a federal election before too long. Busy times. How do you reflect on the past year and the days ahead?
Look, I think we've had the Bloc Québécois come to our assembly. We've had the NDP. We've had the Liberal government, most recently with the Prime Minister and his cabinet, come to meet with the Chiefs in Assembly. We've had Pierre Poilievre join our Assembly in July. We'll continue to try and build relationships at the Assembly of First Nations with all political parties that want, and members of Parliament that want to work with First Nations. Certainly, I think for the Assembly of First Nations, we've had record numbers in July, and then in October, we had a special Chiefs Assembly, as you know, on child welfare, and I think that just shows, I think all of Canada was tuned into that moment. And I think that First Nations, one thing is very clear, that First Nations know that the child welfare system is broken and that it needs to be fixed. And I know that it's a legal issue that no government can ignore. And I know that we've had record numbers of participation at the Assembly of First Nations, and opinions are always diverse. But I think that that's a good thing because we're focused on First Nations issues that matter to First Nations. And I want to commend many of the leaders that come together, and even though the discussions are difficult, at least we're talking and we're finding our path forward together.
National Chief, we'll have to leave it there, but thanks for taking the time. Merry Christmas to you and your family and team, and all the best in the new year.
On behalf of the Assembly of First Nations, happy holidays. Thank you for having us.